It's me, Stripes. Acting in this movie was so much fun, but to be completely honest, I didn't do it all by myself. The other animals and I had a little help. I'll show you what I mean. Here are a few lessons in Animal Acting 101. The very first thing an animal actor needs to do is team up with a trainer.
He's Columbia, he's baby Stripes. He was 6 weeks old when we got him, and he had been in captivity for a week. So getting him used to humans and drink from the bottle, basically what I did, I offered him something to drink all the time. Baby zebras, they take to one person, their mother. He just stays with me no matter what.
They really are a wild animal. I mean, they're not necessarily like a horse where you can get away with a lot more. These guys kind of have a fight or flight personality.
When you start off with animals from scratch and say, hey, we're going to teach you to desire to be in our presence and perform for us, that takes many weeks of schooling.
After getting comfortable with our trainers, we have to become familiar with all the movie-making equipment. We're trained to ignore the cameras and lights and vehicles so we can concentrate on our acting. Just like with some human actors, animal actors get the part because the real personalities match the characters in the movie.
Keep still, my boy. This is Mr. Penelican, and he plays the character Goose in the film.
No one will look for a classy guy like the Goose here.
He is the #1 bird, he reckons. As soon as he sees a tub, which might have fish in, he just knocks everything aside to get to that tub and come and see where the fish is. And he'll eat fish until he explodes, I think. His nickname is actually Thug.
He's like, yippee, let's run, let's run.
Goats are full of beans, they're pretty close to an antelope. They're flight animals. If they want to go, they can go. But Jazz, she just had a nice nature about her. She was a real franny, fitted the part perfectly as far as her character is concerned.
In the case of a certain rooster, dozens of birds were brought in, but only one could act just like Reggie.
Good morning, Walsh Farm! Well, I know it's not glamorous, but it's a living.
Rudolph here, he loves the sun the most. I mean, if you put them out to sun, he's the first one to fall over and just sort of go to sleep in the sun. And he's got a very funny walk when he comes up. He's very vocal. One of the others was just very sort of stupid, really.
Acid rain! Acid rain! I'm blind! It's too late for me!
In some cases, more than one animal actor is used. Tucker is played by 3 different animal actors. Each has his own special skill.
These are the 3 ponies that we use in the film. We've got Mini-Me here, who's fantastic with action. There's a lot of scenes with the goat when they're chasing and they're running and they're looking for stripes and stuff. Austin here is incredibly honest. He's done a lot of the close-up stuff. He's very quiet and very reliable little pony. Then there's Ben-Hur here, who's adorable. He's the most athletic of the 3.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about.
He learnt to jump and learnt to dive under and over things, and so they're all very different.
After being cast for the movie, then it's a matter of getting in front of the camera and taking direction.
On your mark, and stay.
Our trainers use a lot of tricks to make us animal actors do our best.
Good, stay on your mark. That's what you're meant to be doing. Modern animal training is a matter of amalgamating a thought so that the animal thinks it's its idea. So you've got to be, it's like training little kids,
It's quite a difficult thing to get them to crow. You stand there and sort of anticipate the crow. If he did crow, you'd be waving the flag and then buzz and then reward him with food, with a special treat that they don't normally get.
We've ended up getting a lot more than what they even thought we were going to get. Like a zebra plowing. I mean, who would think a zebra would pull a plow?
You can notice she's really pulling into it because she feels the weight now. You can see how she's leaning into it.
Animals do forget. And to keep a smooth communication going, we always start off each morning where we started the day before. And you reconsolidate, and then you introduce your new part that you're shaping of your behaviour. Say when Stripes was down in the gully and the animals go down, you've got to teach your marking to go down to the water to a point. Then you teach them to target the padlock to look as if they're dipping into the water. Then you teach them to go back, and it's like 5 or 6 different links that we do all individually. But on the day, you join them together. It's like choreographing a dance.
On your mark.
To get us to learn our parts, the trainers have a super secret weapon: food.
I wouldn't say they're that trainable so young. It's more of a case he's working for the bottle, so his reward is the bottle. For example, you'll see him in a scene where he comes cantering down to the chicken pen and all the chickens fly out. I ran into the chicken pen and hid in the chicken pen with the bottle. Then of course I call him and then they let him go, and then they get the scene where he runs down, sticks his head through, and then I reward him. So it looks like he's just being inquisitive, but in actual fact he's looking for the bottle.
And action on the bird. Come for another cut. Another cut. Come on. Stay. Record.
He's very intelligent. I mean, pecking at a target took 1 day to teach him. I mean, it was like a matter of minutes before he understood that if I touch that, I know you're going to give me fish.
The only problem with food, for some animal actors, is once they start eating, there's no stopping them.
Don't eat it. Mmm, that's good.
Had a newspaper on set the one day and they got hold of it. Ate half the newspaper, you know, they eat everything.
Listen, acting isn't just about training and getting food as a reward. It feels great to put on a good performance.
The secret to being a good trainer is to leave your animal wanting, because they feel that little rush of achievement or understanding. So when you go back and get them out, they go, yeah, 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 can we do it again? Can we do it now? Please let us do it now.
Now this is right from the zebra's mouth. All of us animal actors are professionals on the set. But you never know what's going to cause us to forget our lines.
One funny thing which happened while we were filming in the water, and a real fish swam up to the target, and he saw this real fish and he wouldn't go near the water again.
And he went, oh, my God, there's a monster on set. And he was like this, and we went, it's okay, Mr. Penelican, it's okay. And he went like this, and it moved with him. And he got his wings and he wrapped them around Martin's leg like a little kid going, Mum, don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me.
Oh, you're funny.
Look, I don't want to say that the pelican was one of those sensitive actors, but he did freak out for all kinds of reasons.
He's so bonded with Martin, his trainer, that anybody that comes at all near Martin becomes an emotional threat to him. We were teaching the pelican, and when I bent over, I was down, upside down, and the pelican came in and he put his whole beak and mouth over my head. So my face was completely inside his throat pouch, and that, I swear, it must be one of the weirdest things that has ever happened to me in my life.
If it sounds like acting is hard work, it is. But when you're not working, they take real good care of you.
Production has been incredibly concerned about all of the animals. Every veterinary recommendation has been heeded, like taking care of foot problems, giving vaccinations, deworming. This is probably the best days of the lives of all these horses. It's been really inspirational to see the happiness of the horse when it goes back into work, and it's a fabulous profession.
At least not forget Sniffer, the bloodhound dog, whose sole purpose in life is to eat, sleep, and nap, and then take a rest.
We had to make sure that all the animals got quality time, that it wasn't just a training factory as well. You do what I say, come here, okay, the session's over, go back to your stable. We spent a lot of time sitting with the animals, talking to them, building up a relationship with the animals.
He hangs around just because he wants to be scratched and rubbed.
My relationship with him is very close. I trust him completely and he trusts me completely. I know how far I can push the bird, and I know when he's had enough and when I need to take him away and just relax with him, and we'll sit together, have a chat, and he'll start grooming my hair for me. And so I've got a very close, very trusting relationship with him.
Smile for the camera.
In the end, after Racing Stripes wrapped up, all of us animal actors had to go our separate ways.
I've grown way to attach them, and we're like, can't we take the ponies? It's going to be very hard to leave them behind.
A good thing which is coming out of this movie is that we've only ever had Mr. Penelican on his own. If there's another smaller brown pelican, they're both going to go and live together in Cape Town now, and they really like each other.
So as you can see, making Racing Stripes was a lot of work, but it was even more fun. And I just can't wait to step in front of the cameras again with my fellow animal actors.